Barb, welcome to the Law Show.
Well, hi. Thank you very much for taking my call, Brian.
You're welcome. What can we do for you?
I was just on my way home from church, and I heard some discussion about co-parenting. My son is divorced and has been divorced for almost 3 years, and he really, really wants to do 50-50 custody, co-parenting.
Okay.
His wife does not want to do it, and he lives in Macomb County. The first attorney he had to settle the divorce originally, none of us feel that he really did a good job in pursuing anything, to my son's benefit.
Hey, Barb, what's your question for us?
So the question is, once you have come to an agreement on custody, can you revisit that?
Yes, the answer is there are certain things that are always subject to review and modification, and those 3 of those things in a divorce with minor children are custody, parenting time, and child support. Those are always subject to revision and modification. However, having said that, if your son and his ex-wife have been following a particular parenting time schedule for an appreciable amount of time, let's say several years, it's highly likely that the court will label that particular parenting time schedule the established custodial environment. And the reason that's a big deal is that if your son now wants to change that established custodial environment, the burden is going to be on him to come into court and explain to the court how things have dramatically or substantially changed that warrant and justify the change in that established custodial environment. And from a practical standpoint, Barb, that's not always easy to do. That's why when I have clients, when I'm representing clients, if we're in a pending divorce, and let's say I represent the husband, and he wants to have 50-50 time, and the wife doesn't want that, if the husband says to me, well, can I just go for it later? I almost always will say, listen, if you want the 50-50 time, ask for it now. Because if you try and sit on it for a couple of years and try and go after it later, it becomes much more difficult. But having said that, it's not impossible. Have your son call me Monday morning. I'm happy to talk to him in detail and get all the facts and circumstances, and maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to overcome that established custodial environment, Barb.
Thanks for calling the Law Show, Barb.
Is it harder in some counties than others?
Yeah, it depends on your judge in the county. But have your son call me, and I'm happy to talk to him.
Thanks for calling the Law Show.